Will happen today. Blakey gets the first kick out of the middle. Carey starting up forward. King. She took a long time. Buckley just perhaps got enough pressure onto him in the end.
Important it was.
To force the error. Lucuria. Williams is led out wide. Wasley's there as well. Williams calls into it and then goes short. It was a dangerous kick. It was a poor kick. And chipping in to take the mark is one of the men that came into this Kangaroos team, and Shannon Watt. Now he can get the ball away. Archer can get them going. Abraham is lurking. This is Clayton. Some space for Carey. Oh, good defensive work by the Pies. They've been good in that area in recent weeks. Williams fighting on and could have been rewarded then, wasn't. Lang, who's been impressive. Carey has been smothered again. He won't like that. Fraser got in the back.
Bathiris was good.
Well, they were very good in that regard last week, Steve.
Yeah, look, the terrific pressure there by the Collingwood boys. You saw Williams there backing up. Not only a great kick, but also a great defensive player too.
Already Carey having had 3 kicks. Wide to McCartney. McCartney's kicked to half forward. It's thumped away by the Magpies defence. Goes back towards half forward, and a mark has been taken in that position by Wasley. His kick goes out wide. O'Brien is marked on the defensive 50-metre line. Goes down the line towards the wing, and the ball is marked here by Lucuria. He goes in towards the middle of the ground. Watson back to Lucuria, sharing the ball all right, but an ordinary kick by Paul Lucuria. That mistake may cost them. No, O'Brien is very well done. Handles it pretty composed, and then kicks the ball towards half forward. Flying effort there by Archer, couldn't take the mark. Williams and Archer, the ball in underneath there somewhere. The umpire will bounce. Kangaroos won the match that these two last played in, and they only won by 13 points when Collingwood won last year, something that they don't really appreciate, the wooden spoon. So even though they were playing poorly, they were only 13 points difference between these two teams. Archer, O'Brien, opposing number 11s. Archer had him by the leg when he hand passed the ball away. Harvey, good work by Lucuria. Carey and number 18, and Lucuria number 18, and the umpire gives the free kick to the Kangaroos captain, Wayne Carey. Gee, he's been in it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great possession rate. He's been right up there in the stats last few weeks.
Well, quickly, the Kangaroos into attack, but just as quickly, Prestigiacomo trying to repel. O'Brien was crunched. Lockyer has been very impressive, and Prestigiacomo did pretty well. So, we have a look around the ground. Interesting that Fraser seems to have been pushing forward, and Severio Rocca running around with Burton around the ground, but now we're on the wing, and we've got Fraser doing the ruck contest with Burton, so we'll see what the rotation's like. Overcast day here at the MCG at the moment, but as you saw, still fairly humid and really terrific conditions.
And Blake has got the job on Williams, who's been in sensational form the last 3 or 4 weeks, but we know Blakey, 300 game plus.
Fraser beaten by Burton that time, but well roped by Burns, and the kick was good. The supply was okay. Buckley feeding Williams. He could score from here. He's well inside 50. He was a little off balance, but he straightens up. It's a goal. Great start by the Pies. It was a strange old start, really, the first 3 or 4 minutes, Steve.
Yeah, both sides, I think, haven't showed poise yet. They're both, you know, they're both unsettled. I'm just waiting to see which side settles down, because I think the side that settles down first will actually run away with this game.
Well, Paul Williams, he is a goal kicker, and he's a good barometer, I guess, of how well the Pies are going. When he's going well, they're pretty hard to beat.
So the first goal of the match, kicked by Paul Williams for Collingwood. Pretty good crowd here at the cricket ground in overcast conditions, about 21 degrees, and fairly well spot on for football. Kick forward for Collingwood. O'Brien, beaten for it on this occasion by King. A high kick by David King. Burns gets underneath it and marks it safely on his chest at left half back. Very experienced campaigner now, but makes a bit of an error there. Kicking into the man on the mark. Bell gets the hand pass away. Abraham bounced the ball when he was tackled, but the umpire called play on. Bathiris kicks the ball to half forward. Buckley, very well tackled by Simpson. Caught with the ball and penalised. What did you think of that, Steve?
Yeah, look, I thought Buckley was a little bit stiff. He was tackled straight away. Obviously, the umpire interpreted he had time to get rid of the ball.
Simpson goes out wide. Player on his own is Clayton. He's able to steady and kick the ball towards half forward. Carey third in line. Gee, he made it his ball and he took it strongly.
Big job for Prestigiacomo, isn't it, that one?
Too far out to score, goes short, and the mark taken by Lang. He's 50 metres from goal. He's been called to play on. He lobs the ball at the front of the square. Punched away. Where are the Crummers? They're there. Abraham can't break away. Got the handball away. In there was Lacuria. A real struggle right in front of the Kangaroos goal as Abraham snaps with the left and misses. Scores are behind.
The thing that impressed me last week with Collingwood was their pressure, and as you can see by the first 5 minutes here, they've just been terrific in that department.
So Lockyer, who has had the kicking in duties for a lot of the season so far for the Pies. Oh, O'Brien handballs and really set Lockyer up, and they're still under pressure. But they might get out of it here. Still tough work for Batheris. Lockyer went underground on the bounce, looking for Fraser. Carey was with him, and it's over and out. So now that things have settled down, Tucky and Rocker both in the goal square.
How's that young fella going, Josh Fraser, do you think, Steve?
Yeah, look, Josh, he's obviously the #1 draft pick. He's going to be a great player.
Well, he did well then, and Richardson, who's also been an improved player for the Pies, gets him to centre half forward. No one near Pike, and he can relieve.
Martin Pike from between centre half back and the centre of the ground. Kicks it into the forward half for the Kangaroos. Marking contest. Ball spills to the bottom of the pack. Burns, Wasley, combining now with Fraser, getting his first really effective possession. Out wide to Watson. Watson drops it on his boot beautifully and puts it on the chest of Tarrant. Chris Tarrant, a lot spoken about earlier on in the season about this young fella. Can he play though? Wobbly old punt kick in towards full forward. Williams knocks it to his own advantage. Buckley it was actually. Now the ball comes back towards Rocker. Rocker's handball. Lacuria. Lockyer. Caught. Still the ball at half forward. Orchard. Lacuria. Batheris tackled well and fairly. Grant couldn't get his kick away. Under pressure, Tucky. Still at half forward for the Magpies. Within 50 metres. Now it's outside. Burton goes back inside. Simpson's left foot kick. They outnumber do the Pies, the Kangaroos, and the mark is taken by Burns from behind Anderson.
Well, they're standing up well so far, the defence is, and it's a pretty multi-pronged attack up forward, isn't it, when you've got Rocker, you've got Tarrant, you've got Tucky, and then Buckley and Williams. So a bit of variety. The feed to Sapp was good, and the pass coming into Tucky was even better, and he can go for a little pass over the top. And Lockyer, who's run up from defence to create an option, takes the mark, and he's well within scoring range, and a pretty good just kick of the ball normally, Steve. Yeah,
look, he kicks out from full-back usually. His disposal's impeccable. Can I change my selection?
Yeah, the early signs are just so good, aren't they, for Collingwood?
Do the goalposts cause him a problem now? He's an accurate kick from the 10-metre square, but how does he go kicking at the goals?
I'll back him in.
Yeah.
Well, they've started with 1 goal. They've started with 2. Lockyer puts it through, and the Pies are away.
As you can see, Collingwood have started terrifically. I'm a little bit concerned with North Melbourne's pace at the moment. They look a little bit slow in the midfield. Collingwood's pressure's just unbelievable. We witnessed that last week against when they played us, the Western Bulldogs. Good luck, North Melbourne.
So Mick Malthouse and Dennis Pagan, the respective coaches. Malthouse pretty composed. Dennis barking instructions down the line. Abraham knocks it clear. Not quite clear enough for Peter Bell. King gets the hand pass out into the open. Under pressure, the Kangaroos forwards. Grant tackles Lacuria. Abraham on Williams. Umpires found a free kick. And it will go against the Kangaroos.
Yeah, Brady Anderson off for the Kangaroos, and Evan Hewitt's on the ground now playing centre half forward.
Lacuria, neat left footer. Kicks it wide for Buckley. Buckley on centre wing. Goes further down in front of the Great Southern Stand. With precision finds Watson.
Great kick, Nathan Buckley.
I like the look of Paul Lucuria. He's had the ball a few times in the early minutes of this game. Tucky is marked. Last minute inclusion for Gavin Brown. Kick a little too high. Archer able to gather. Hits Pickett. Keeps it alive for the Magpies. Pickett is still there. Gets the hand pass away. Struggle here now. Bathiris dispossessed. Still a chance for the Magpies. Orchard, Freeborn, playing against his old club, and David King is going to get a free kick given against him. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Or is he going to bounce it?
No, it's a free kick. I don't think it was King's tackle that the free kick was paid for. Here's the King tackle, and I think you'll find it's that one from Pickett coming in that was the offender.
Bit too high, obviously, so Freeborn awarded the free kick about 40 metres out.
Shannon Grant just in the hands of the trainer there. I think he may have rolled his ankle a little bit there.
Yeah, he didn't look good, did he?
Very much a goal kicker, Glenn Freeborn. The player on the mark is about a little in excess of 40 metres, closer to 45, so it'll take a good kick to score. Another tip from our special comments man, Steve Collingwood, says it's going to be a goal. Well, you're centimetres out, Steve. He's hit the post.
Definitely, he's a great kick, Glenn, usually. Just another interesting factor, I reckon Collingwood just come to play. They're so hard at the ball at the moment, they're hunting in packs.
Simpson has taken the grab, and the ball goes up onto the wing. Carey, as we said, oh, he's fierce at it, isn't he? Archer feeding it through. Durkay, wobbly one, fighting hard for it is Abraham. He's got Burns right there with him. Put Carey under the hammer. Gee, they are going in hard, the Pies, at the moment. They are matching everything that the Kangaroos are throwing at them. Bell trying to change the situation. And Blakey, they need to get these experienced players into the play. Up towards full forward. Over the head of Shannon Watt. Wosley is there. Pressure from Watt. Wosley does well. Wosley does very well. And dumps it in the arms of Freeborn. And they are away. They are really away. O'Brien goes short. Bathiris takes it. And they just keep on running at all costs. Low pass. Wasn't the best of all time. It wobbles through 50, and Archer standing up, and he'll have to stand up today. On the overlap is King, and he can run with it. Got a panic in front of him. He can keep going and really drive it deep into attack. He doesn't. He sets it up instead, looking for a mark. Was that a free kick on Hewitt against Richardson? Picked up and snapped at goal, and it looks like it's a good one from Watt.
Great goal there by Watt. He just sat and waited for the punch, and he was in the right position, the percentage play, and kicked a lovely goal.
Well, they needed that one though, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. They're under pressure here, and I just think the North Melbourne forward line looks a little bit stagnant at the moment, whereas the Collingwood forward line, they've just got options everywhere. So, look, they're going to need to be a little bit more mobile.
Significant height advantage enjoyed there by Shannon Watt over James Wosley on that first line of attack there for the for the Kangaroos, and he kicked the goal. Already the Kangaroos under pressure here. Archer left the ball behind. Watson could have nearly been deemed as a throw. Good tackle by Pike on Buckley. Knocked away there by Rocket. Gathered by Simpson. Wider still. Geez, covering some territory. Wayne Carey.
Nothing to kick to though. Now he's got Durkay.
Had a little short there, and Durkay with a little bit of pace. Short kick, not bad. Burton on his knees. Lang able to break away and kick it forward. Inside 50 for the Kangaroos. Great mark. Terrific mark taken by Hewitt. In a pack of 2 or 3 players, that was a good grab.
That was poor play there by Watson in the middle. He had a good hold there of Lang and allowed Lang to clear the ball into the forward line.
Gee, it was a great mark taken by Evan Hewitt.
Sensational.
Well, they'll need that. They'll need Hewitt and Watt to really stand up today.
So Hewitt from about 20 metres, slight angle, strolls in, and it looks as though he's kicked the goal for the Kangaroos. Evan Hewitt has kicked the goal. Shannon Watt has kicked the goal. 2 of their lesser known or lower run players as far as senior games are concerned, Adam Lang does well to get it forward.
Yeah, look, for the amount of play and ball Collingwood have had, they haven't really dominated on the scoreboard. North Melbourne, as you can see, their percentages are very good. They've only had the ball, I don't know how many times, but they're just very good in percentage in scoring goals from the amount of ball they get.
Well, Hewitt's had injury problems in recent weeks. He's back in the lineup. So scores level after a fairly frenetic start to this game. King was coming the wrong way. Blakey charged down by Buckley. Lucuria feeding O'Brien. And they've got a pack of pies out at half forward. Tarrant ran the arc and goes looking for Sav. He's got it! Oh, yes! He read that beautifully. And he can really line them up well within range. He just had that look about him then, didn't he, as he was steaming out?
Yes, there. Paul Williams was on. Tarrant decided to go onto his left foot side. Archer sort of covered Paul Williams there, which allowed Tarrant to deliver the ball perfectly, and Sav took a strong mark in the pack.
So Rocker, in playing his 150th game this afternoon, put the Pies back in front. About 40 metres. He's pushed it to the right. And he's pushed it a little bit too far. So he'll be very disappointed with that. 2-2 to 2-1. It's enough to give them back the lead, but opportunities like that must be taken.
He's kicked over 500 goals in his career, an average of 3 1/3 maybe goals per match. Not quite up with the great forwards. Gee, leaving it behind there. That was Grant, able to get the hand pass away, but it was ineffective. Freeborn mops it up beautifully. O'Brien trying to get away from Pike. Chance now for Williams. He kicked the Magpies' first goal. Little left footer, punched away by McCartney. Mopped up by Byron Pickett at half back. He runs away, couple of bounces, runs outside his defensive 50 and then thumps at 50 metres towards the Kangaroos' goal, and Carey takes the mark away from Freeborn. Much bigger and stronger there on that occasion, Wayne Carey. Kicks it in towards full forward, and a good strong mark taken across full back by Prestigiacomo. Gets the hand pass away. Under pressure was Lucuria, able to get a little right foot to it. Not quite what he was looking for, but Tarrant was able to gather. Bathiris in towards the centre. Chance for Wasley. Beautiful hand pass. Not having to change stride, Burns. Burns goes towards goal. Rocker in good place. He couldn't take the mark, and Mickey Martin will mop up for the Kangaroos. And that was a bad error by Sav Rocker. He really should have taken that mark. Easy to be critical from here, but they don't get opportunities like that very often. Watson, handball, Freeborn going for goal number 1. Has missed. Hit the post and also kicked that behind Glenn Freeborn. Goal kickers for Collingwood, Paul Williams and Tarkin Lockyer. And for the Kangaroos, Evan Hewitt and Shannon Watt.
I think there, if Sav Rocker had kicked that goal earlier, his confidence would have been up, and I'm sure he would have taken that mark. But Sav, as we know, becomes a little bit of a confidence player. So, look, Sav, I hope he kicks a couple of goals because Collingwood really need him.
Yes, a couple of chances have gone begging so far. Obviously could prove costly later on, but the signs over the field are terrific. At the moment, the Kangaroos have pushed right up. At the other end of the ground, they've gone for the old Pagans paddock with Carey alone with Prestigiacomo and Fraser playing a loose man in defence. But they have to get it down there. First, Archer takes the mark. Oh, loose man is Burton because Fraser was pushing back. And so now Burton can go long to Carey, who should by rights be just about one-on-one. The rest of the pack had arrived by the time the ball got there. Kangaroos still a chance. Can Shannon Grant pounce on it? He's got support. Bell can usually kick these from 40. This time, though, he's well astray and he misses the lot.
Brian Pickett now coming off, and Calthorpe going on now.
Lucuria 9 possessions.
I think Pickett will be back on the ground very shortly. I think he might be getting something from the coach. The ball close to the boundary line, and it's O'Brien that keeps it in. Goes for Buckley. Simpson with the job on him this afternoon. Simpson just eased off it pretty well. Onto his favoured left, but he only just got boot to ball.
Bit lucky, weren't they?
It was a little lucky, and Harvey takes it.
Yeah, that could fall in the hands of the opposition quite easily, but on this occasion, Harvey was there for the Kangaroos. He kicks the ball to the forward 50. No mark taken, mopped up by Burns. Goes short. Beautiful kick as Lucuria. Left foot, out wide. straight to the opposition, though. On this occasion, it's Simpson. Simpson, he bangs it back to where Lucuria kicked it from. Marking contest. Spillage gathered by Grant. Grant goes towards goal. No one there for the Kangaroos. And the ball will be quite straightforwardly, you would think, taken by Burns. He's right on the boundary line and then goes wider still. Watson couldn't quite make up the meterage necessary to take the mark and safely sees it over for a boundary throw-in about 70 metres around from the Kangaroos' goal.
There might be a change shortly, boys. Pick about to come back on. I think Shannon Grant might be the play coming off.
Collingwood lead by 2 points, 2-3 to 2-1. 4 3/4 minutes left in the term. Lucuria once again gets onto his left. Hand pass nearly intercepted. Lockyer's was good. Lucuria receiving. Kicks it out wide for Buckley. This time he's got a bit of space away from Adam Simpson. Gets around onto the right and then kicks beautifully onto the chest of Tucky.
Carey, 8 possessions, 7 in the midfield, 1 down back and none down forward.
Yeah, well, he has been pushing up, hasn't he, to get his kicks.
Tucky kicking from about 50 metres, maybe a little closer.
I'll back him.
Should get the distance, just gets under it a little and off to the left. Scores a behind, his first score in the game. A couple of behinds to Glenn Freeborn. He's hit the post, of course.
But that's 3 real opportunities plus a marking miss by Sav in the goals. It really could have changed the scoreline, Steve.
Yeah, look, I think Collingwood are well on top at the moment, but they just haven't capitalised. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, if they have to stick with it.
Pike coming off, as Dipper suggested. Pickett is back onto the ground. And David King's going to take them on. We can see what he's got then, and not much it was. Yeah, he just kicks for the space in the end. Sav and Mickey Martin go for a run. They just about both run out of steam. But Sav does pretty well in the end and gets it into Lockyer, who takes the mark, and they can build again off half forward. What better man to build than Buckley? Run down. Simpson doing a good job early. The intercept wasn't clean in the end from Abraham. Fraser could really bang away from there. Into the square. Archer did well and concedes the behind.
Yeah, Damien Atkins came on the ground, as you probably saw, boys, had all the space in the world. If Fraser would have seen him, I'm sure it would have been a set shot for goal there.
Maybe the percentage play there would have been to put it at the top of the square to give his teammate a better chance at marking the ball.
7 shots to 3. Quite a lot of possessions in favour of the Magpies as well. 89 possessions as against 61. They've been inside their forward 50 on 13 occasions to 7, the Magpies. But they just can't get the score on the board. Pike having a bit of a blow there on the bench. Fraser, number 25. Burton, much taller. Fraser not able to get the front posse. A struggle for possession. Williams, O'Brien, Brent Harvey. He's a chance. Got the hand pass out. Hewitt now Freeborn for the Magpies. Onto the left. Kicks it. And Buckley couldn't quite take the mark. Kelthorpe. Now the chance for Buckley. Left foot kick by Nathan Buckley into the pocket. Well done, Pickett. In front of his opponent, which on that occasion was Adkins. Adkins still a chance. Beaten for it by Grant. Grant into the centre. And the mark is taken by Abraham. He looks to play on. Winston Abraham kicks it to the advantage of Carey. He's got it. Big job for Prestigiacomo. A very difficult opponent to contain for the whole of the match, Wayne Carey.
Look, it's going to be very difficult for Prestigiacomo to beat Wayne if he's one-on-one. I think he needs a little bit of help there from his defensive players to sort of get back and fill the hole there for Wayne.
I think, yeah, Fraser and Richardson are both...
Well, you've got to put pressure on the bloke down the ground. Didn't have any pressure on him delivering. They're the fellas that you've got to put the pressure on, the midfielders. If they kick it to his advantage, he'll get it for you, and he'll get a behind. So disappointment for the Magpies, disappointment for the Kangaroos, and close to quarter time. The Magpies lead by 3 points. They're 2-5 to 2-2.
Lockyer again with the job of bringing it into play. Gee, it only just made it through to Wosley. As he looks up the ground, he hasn't got a lot on offer. He's got Burns through the middle. And then on the run, this is O'Brien. Oh, Richardson paddled it on, which was all right. They do use the ball pretty well normally. The turnover could be costly, though. The kick is well grabbed back there by Kinnear.
Shannon Grant should have done a little better there.
Yeah, Dennis Pagan be a bit unhappy about a few things, but he can't question this man. Well, he went for that with one arm, didn't you? Have to worry about the shoulder there, the way he dived for that.
Turnover.
Another turnover. Oh, Bell. Gee, they've got the fumbles when you wouldn't expect them to have. Free kick either going to Bell or Kelthorpe here. I think to Bell. And he's on the outer wing. 1:30 to go in the quarter. Shannon Grant still too far out to score a goal. Shannon Watt leads into the pocket, and the kick goes shorter to Lang. And if Lang can convert, the Kangaroos, against the trend of play really, will be in front at quarter time. You must be impressed with this player though, Steve. Lang has been very good in this season so far.
Yeah, his mobility surprised me. I've watched him in the last 3 or 4 games. He's been really good. He's a great kick for goal, and he kicked an important goal a couple of weeks back, so I'm pretty confident he'll kick this one.
I think we should give up that caper of trying to predict whether he's going to kick the goal or not. I think you've got it right. Well done. Lang kicks the goal.
But when you talk about Adam Lang and having to stand up, it's normal that you keep kicking the ball to the star player. So if one of these lesser known or lesser recognised players can just chip in and kick 2 or 3 goals, it certainly adds a bit of flavour to your forward line.
Yes, as long as North Kangaroos haven't got Wayne as his only avenue up forward, Lang provides that option. I'm sure the Kangaroos can get back into this game and go in front.
Shannon Grant off the ground, boys, and
Sorry, Dip.
Shannon Grant on the bench, plays it on.
So close to quarter time, surely that'd be a disciplinary action once again, you would think. Collingwood trying to get the ball clear of the centre bounce. Fraser's kick out wide. Looks for Tarrant. Pressure applied by McCartney. Able to get it, and then just off one step, kicks back towards the middle of the ground. Abraham, tackled by Burns. Buckley. Gee, the ball moves quickly, doesn't it? Licuria, about 9 kicks to Paul Licuria. Up towards full forward, knock it through Mick. Tackled by Savroka. Kicks it down the line, gathered by Pickett. His kick not too bad, and Clayton is marked away from free ball.
Grant back on, Durkay off.
Got 18 seconds.
Very quickly there, the interchange being used by Dennis Pagan. The kick by Clayton fell at the feet of Lang. He was able to recover his position. Got the hand pass to Hewitt, he turned to Bell. Bell streaming down the ground. If this is effective, it is. Did the siren sound? A split second.
I don't think that should have been a mark.
I think he took the second grab right on the siren. It'll be interesting to watch the replay here to see if it was actually completed before the siren.
The 2 teams played in an Ansett, or well, it wasn't known as an Ansett Cup then, out at Waverley.
Kerry Good.
And Kerry Good kicked the goal, and there were a few bets settled over that too.
Look, I barred for
After
Collingwood
the
at the
siren.
time. I barred for Collingwood at the time.
Were you crying?
I was heartbroken.
Oh, never mind, Steve. You're a Western Bulldogs man now through and through. But we're watching as the Kangaroos, right on the quarter-time break, have the opportunity to kick another goal through Shannon Watt. He misses.
This quarter, like Robbo said, they need to put a score on the board just to sort of snuff out the Kangaroos, because if the Kangaroos go up there and kick a goal, they'll be a little bit disheartened.
They've had 36 possessions to 26. Been inside their forward 50, 8-3.
Well, I've had 31 more handballs for the entire match so far, similar number of kicks.
Well, you wonder, don't you, structurally, whether the Kangaroos are going to be better off getting Wayne Carey back there and maybe getting one out against his opponent, try and get something out of him. I mean, he's getting a lot of possessions, but they all seem to be around the middle of the ground or the half-back line.
Yeah, he needs to get better value out of Wayne, so I'd put him up forward, play him deep.
Bell kicks it wide. Oh, well done by Lockie. It was important that he got his little left foot to it and knocked it to his own advantage, and then kicked it beautifully. Out wide, Atkins. Atkins lives a very tight line here as far as pace is concerned. Goes wide. Opportunity for Fraser. Fraser can run down the ground. He may be forced to kick from too far out. Goes short. Martin up early. Still a chance for the Magpies. Davis. But Martin, the experienced campaigner that he is, messed up the hand pass. King in there. Can he mop up? David King across that full back line. Goes into the middle. Bounce all important. Clayton got his fist to it. Knocked it wide. Opportunity still with the Magpies. O'Brien, he's had a fair bit of it. Wide to Burns. Burns goes back to the half-forward line. And the mark, no, not taken, but recovery good. Fraser bounced the ball, didn't come back to him. Two inexperienced campaigners, Fraser and Tarrant. And McCartney goes for the line. It's still inside the play. Freeborn into the pocket, and Bathiris is marked. So the youngsters not losing their cool in the Magpies lineup, and they've kept it alive for Rupert Bathiris to shoot for goal.
It's a strange matchup, Nick Davis and Mick Martin, isn't it? I wonder which coach is happier with that than the other.
I think I'd be happy for Mick Malthouse there, because Nick Davis has got great pace. He's going to get Mick Martin out on the lead every time.
Just depends how the ball comes down, Steve.
It does, doesn't it? Yep. If they bomb it in, then Martin's going to win it nearly every time.
Bathiris shoots for goal. Maybe a little fortunate that he's even created a score just behind.
It's a small foul line now, Robbo. Obviously, no Anthony Rocker there and no Sab Rocker, and it's got the lower players to the ground, but the ball's got to come in that way too.
Great poise shown out there before by Freeborn to spot Bathiris there. He could have just blazed away to the top of the square, but no, he found someone.
Pikey about to come back on for the Kangaroos.
David King must be exhausted for kicking in duties. They're 2 goals 9. Collingwood at the moment. Found Clayton on the way out this time. And the next handball wasn't great, was it? Lockyer taken over the line and out of bounds.
There's been quite a few handballs missing their targets here today. Mick Martin a couple of times down back. That handball there. I think they've just got to be a little bit cleaner.
Collingwood have kicked 9 consecutive behinds. They were 2 straight, now they're 2-9. Kangaroos have kicked the last 3 goals. It's a low-scoring affair midway through the second quarter. Roos into attack, but only for a moment. Burns.
Gee, that was good.
McGee on now, and Davis off for Collingwood.
So he's gone up forward. O'Brien sending it to Buckley. Simpson is well behind. He won't stop him. 2 kicks out from goal. The lead will come from Tucky into the pocket. Buckley goes shorter though and gets Richardson, who's too far out to score still. He's got Williams, he's got Freeborn, he's got big Josh Fraser down there. And he goes for Fraser. No, he goes a little shorter. Williams one-on-one and almost takes it. Knows the guard. Clayton handballed it away in front of him, looking for a free. Oh, well done, Winnie Abraham. Turned Burns inside out, and on the overlap, Harvey, will it sit for him? Adkins is pretty strong and tough at the ball. Harvey gets up and gets away. Well played, Brent Harvey. Good persistence, Damien Adkins. Great contest for it on the wing. Who wants to make it their footy? How's that, they say? Not out, said the umpire. Onto the wing. Handball from Tarrant on the bounce. In the back. Advantage should have been paid and won't
yes,
be.
I agree. Collingwood were away.
Abraham off, Pike on.
Yeah, he just tried to do a bit too much there, Dipper, didn't he, Winston Abraham?
Yeah.
So Tarrant with the footy. Next goal really important, I reckon. Buckley just paddled it down in the end. Standing up, dribble kick wide, and McCartney takes it over and out. 13.5 minutes, no goals kicked in the quarter. Collingwood have almost got back to the lead by stealth. 2-9 to 3-4.
Virgin off, and Makepeace coming on for his first run today.
As we said, Collingwood's second and last goal at the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Archer takes it back over the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, interesting fact there. They've gone basically probably 40 minutes of football nearly, and they haven't scored a goal. So Collingwood just need a steadier here.
And Licuri off as well. And we've got Tyson Lane on. He's had a bag full, hasn't he, Licuri?
Licuri's had 16 possessions, so he must be coming off for a rest, you would think.
Off with exhaustion.
Yep.
If you've got 16 possessions, you want to stay on.
Wouldn't you ever? Blakey, a high ball, a floating. Mongrel punt kick. David King not able to take it. He's confronted by Bathiris. Brent Harvey over the top, so still a bit of spirit left in the players around the ball there. Rupert Bathiris intent on coming up with the football. Umpire will bounce. So a big gap between Collingwood's second goal and where they lie at the moment, and well, a pretty big gap as far as the Kangaroos are concerned. Their last goal came towards the end of the first quarter, and we're well into the second term now.
Carey's pushed back again, Robert.
Williams kicks into the middle. Very well gathered by Grant. It was important that he took a one grab there, and he did. He floated the ball to Makepeace. Makepeace straightens up, kicks with the left, it might bounce through. It bounces all the way to the goal line, eventually across the face. And out of bounds in the right forward pocket for the Kangaroos. Peter Bell and Mark Orchard. The respected performances of Peter Bell there when you match up with Mark Orchard.
Yeah, Mark Orchard always picks up one of the key small plays for the opposition.
Boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Kangaroos. Ruck contest, McKee. Hewitt. Burns in underneath there for the Magpies. Surely the umpire will bounce. Pike is looking for a free kick. Not forthcoming. In the second term, Collingwood have been inside their forward 50 on 12 occasions. The Kangaroos just 4. Still no goal added in this second term by either side.
Well, big chance for the Kangaroos here. Carey, but Burns it is that takes it away. Pickett was pushing and shoving. He got support from Blakey, who came in over the top of Williams. Blakey's had 7 possessions. Williams has had 9 and kicked 1 goal. Goes towards Carey, but he's in the midst of a pretty big pack. McKee did all right, and they get away. Tyson Lane, who's on the ground now, can feed Williams. Fraser calls him on. He's got a man breaking through the middle. Tyson Lane is still in space. Williams obviously wasn't confident he could hit the man on the chest. Goes for the long leading Tucky instead.
Going to get it anyway, Tyson Lane.
Oh, he's going the wrong way.
Good shepherd by Kinnear.
Now he wants it back again. That's unfortunate. He's still trying to get it around a lane. Williams wasn't quite sure about what was around him. Kinnear just chips it up high. Tucky's got a couple to beat here, and Mick Martin beat him hands down in the end.
Someone's got to stand tall at the Collingwood forward line at the moment. They're just having every opportunity to go in, but nothing's going through.
Well, I'm surprised that Rock is still off the ground, to be honest.
Watt on for Hewitt.
He's about to come back on here.
And he's going to get it, Watt. He's just come off the bench at the expense of Hewitt. He's behind the wing. He gets underneath the punt kick in towards the half-forward area. Punched away. Crumbs. Grant couldn't quite gather it. Strong play by Clayton. Hand pass away. Not really to the advantage of anyone. Orchard was pretty desperate in his efforts to get to the ball. Then got the hand pass to Bathiris. His kick rather ordinary. Shannon Watt quickly. The hands were good. Harvey missed his target by a big margin. Pickett look away hand pass. Maybe overuse of the ball. Blakey. Grant tries to hack it out of there. Williams wider still. Now Durkay run down by Atkins. Grant good hands. Harvey short kick. That's a little bit better. And now the Kangaroos mounting something through McCartney. McCartney's kick towards full forward, and the mark is taken by Pike. Tremendous goal kicker in the days that he spent with Melbourne, Martin Pike. And he's playing across that half-forward, full-forward line in these few minutes left in the second term. It was a good kick by McCartney.
Yeah, great kick. Put it to Pike's advantage there. Could this be the first goal for 23 minutes of football?
Well, he's right in front, and he should kick a goal, and he does.
Wasn't the most convincing kick off the boot, but still effective. Good goal there to North Melbourne, or the Kangaroos as we call them now.
Well, he was a goal kicker at Melbourne, as Robbo said, so he could be one of the answers for them.
But importantly, when you get the ball, like Brent Harvey, hit a target, and McCartney in the clear, kicked with precision and gave the bloke the chance to take the mark. He didn't kick the goal.
So the drought broken finally at the MCG. The Kangaroos, who have kicked the last 4 goals, only lead by 7 points. Bell gets it to centre half forward. Clayton. Maybe a chance for them to go again. He goes, well, long into the pocket. Carey. Oh, he played on. He almost ran into the umpire. I reckon he might have kicked it. It is a freak of a kick off the left boot.
Danger signs here for the Collingwood Football Club. Kangaroos have got the last 2 goals quite easily there. Collingwood dominated there for probably 15, 20 minutes. Put nothing on the board except behinds. Now there's a chance here of the Kangaroos running away with this game.
They were just a little fortunate, I thought. I mean, Peter Bell was nearly run down, and his missed kick landed on the chest of Clayton. Clayton, in turn, got on with it and kicked it down quickly to give Carey the chance. So Kangaroos now lead by 13 points, 5-4 to 2-9. Important touch in the middle. Orchard, Williams, very well tackled by Peter Bell. Still a chance for the Kangaroos. Blakey gets a foot to the ball. Bathiris has been paid the mark. Probably had enough of it. He's at centre half back proper. Goes out wide. McKee is marked. Hand pass off. Lane into the pocket. And Fraser not able to take the mark, and he fell over, which is important. McCartney's opponent stood up and then kicks it down to the wing where Clayton, who initiated that opportunity for Carey just a moment or so ago, kicks it forward. They'll get another one, won't they? King tries to get it to Pike. Still Pike. Can he get his second goal in the matter of a couple of minutes? He kicks the ball in towards full forward, and the mark taken back there by Burns, who's been quite resolute for the Magpies so far in this match. 4 minutes left in the first half. 34 plays, 21. 9 shots to 11. The Magpies have had 11 shots at goal. They've only kicked a couple of majors. Burns to kick the Magpies out of trouble.
And a high one for Buckley. Simpson, Buckley's direct opponent. Buckley went right in over the top of the pack then. Umpire let it all go. O'Brien off one step. Wasn't a good kick, really. Made it tough for Buckley, but he made it look easy. Gets away just in time to handball to Tyson Lane. Kinnear, in fact, long kick up to full forward. And Archer, who's just had some nice touches, hasn't he? That's 5 marks now.
And the difference they've gone forward for opposing teams has been quite significant.
Lang's up on the wing if he can get the ball to him. He can.
Contested marks, Kangaroos 12, Collingwood 3.
Got Durkay in short, but he's going to go in the Pike direction again.
2 on 1.
Yeah, he was outnumbered.
Did well.
McKee really just threw it away. Richardson didn't take it out. Durkay perhaps could have done more with that. He probably could have kept it in a more decisive manner. Did keep it alive, though.
I think they're waiting for this to go out of bounds.
Wasley, well done, Makepeace, to get it into the pocket. Orchard, he'll take it over. Oh, gee, accidentally. Sorry, Mr. Umpire. Didn't mean that.
I think there are a couple of times Josh Fraser's gone to ground and lost his footing. I know it's one of the pet hates of our coach anyway. You must keep your feet at all times.
Gee, he was lucky he wasn't penalised there, wasn't he, Mark Orchard?
Only one in.
Shot at goal by Abraham. Misses.
His intention there, clearly, Orchard, was just to run the ball over the boundary line. Disguised it fairly well, I thought. Would have been.
I did a bit of work with Bernie Quinlan in his days when he was with Channel 7. He went to coach the Fitzroy Lions. They played a game here. There was a bloke down the other end of the ground that was penalised for something that was nowhere near as bad as that. And they lost the game. I think it might have been against the Tigers.
Yeah, Jeff Bruce was the man.
Yes, I remember
Dipper.
that one.
Well taken.
He hasn't lost his showmanship at all, has he?
No, that's one thing he hasn't lost. He lost a few other things.
If you've got it, you got it.
Let's have a look at this. Oh,
You're a classic.
that'll have to go in the nominations.
Oh, great hand pass, Blakey.
Mark of the week.
Makepeace kicks it forward. Chance now for the Kangaroos. Pike. Shannon Watt, hand pass. King straightens up and will kick a goal, won't he? David King. How do you like that?
David King's been very dangerous down forward over the last few weeks, and again he showed there his value down forward.
Steve, we're not going to go quite as far back as the boundary throw-in, but John Blakey's hand pass down here in front of us to just get the ball in the forward mode as far as the Kangaroos were concerned, finished up with a King goal.
Yeah, he broke the play up there, certainly.
The margin now out to 20 points all of a sudden, with not long remaining in this quarter. McKee doing the ruck work. Collingwood need to just get a goal. They just somehow need to manufacture a goal before half-time. Oh, that might be enough to give them a chance, but no, Pickett can make up for his mistake. Harvey,
He's been good.
what he does is usually just so good and damaging. Simpson, penetrating kick. Pike's given them something up forward since he's been moved onto the ground. And they've got about 1:10 to do something with the footy. and the ball over the line and out of bounds.
Paul Acura about to come back on, ties the lane off.
I don't mean to be critical here, but Chris Tarrant is a great talent, but I think he needs to work a little bit harder. Just been watching him the last few minutes.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point, because the players down the ground are struggling as hard as they can to try and create the opportunities. And if it comes bouncing back with not much opposition from your key forwards, they just become a little dejected. They're fighting hard at the moment, trying to stay in this clash.
And Steve, by saying, sorry, mate.
Go on, Dip. Sorry.
By saying that, what do you mean by that? So keep running,
just make a contest, I think, Steve.
I just think he's been a little bit stagnant, not providing an option up forward there for the Collingwood Football Club.
Well, right now, they're trying to clear the ball from their half-back line. Tarkin Lockyer got his foot to it and kicked it wide. He's forced a boundary throw in. Josh Fraser there just stretching on the boundary line.
Yeah, Chris, he's just standing there just a second ago with his hands on his hips, not moving around. He needs to move around more.
Well, it's 45 seconds for either team to score before half-time. It looked like it could be the Kangaroos, and guess who? He's within range. And the clock is counting down at 25 seconds. So Carey not wasting any time. Oh, they like it. And why wouldn't you like that? So the Kangaroos have got away just before half-time. 7-5 to 2-9. Collingwood kicked the first 2 goals, and the Kangaroos have kicked the next 7.
I think it's been something like probably 50 minutes of football where Collingwood haven't kicked a goal. They've had plenty of opportunities. Now the danger signs are here now for this game to be a blowout.
Gee, that was a great kick by Wayne Carey. He had the confidence and the presence there to go back and thump it through from 50 metres. Just seconds left in the half. Collingwood won't get the chance to score. Bell nearly run down by Williams. Gets the kick to half forward. O'Brien and Wosley tackled by Durkay. The last play of the first half. Umpire quickly on the scene. Nothing much in that. Gary Durkay being just giving a little bit of a pat there of encouragement from David King. But at half-time...
To start the second half, Hutto.
So, second half underway at the MCG. And it's Harvey getting them out of the middle in the Carey direction. Richardson was clogging up space, trying to barge through. Lang overran it. Richardson under pressure, did all right, but Abraham gets it back to Carey. Wheeling his way through was King. He wheeled his way through very well, and that'll really hurt.
David King's got a knack of kicking those inspiring goals. Look, again there, little sidestep, beautiful kick. Here's a lovely kick, David King, and he got 6 points. And look, that's the last thing Collingwood needed there, was that first goal after three-quarter time.
Yes, it only took them 30 seconds. And as we said, David King has been very good, both with the kicking out duties and also giving them something extra to run in attack.
So the first goal of the second half, kicked by the Kangaroos. Still Collingwood struggle. 2 goals in the first 9 minutes of the match, and they rest on that 2-goal scoreline. Kicked away by the Kangaroos defence for a boundary throw-in. That's Shannon Grant on screen. Not big stats, 9 possessions to Shannon Grant, but we've come to expect them to be pretty clean and fairly effective statistics. Buckley dragged off the ball. Burton just forces it forward. Gathered by Licuria. Still Paul Licuria, run down by Simpson, didn't have the football. Bathiris.
Buckley's in trouble, boys, down here.
Yes, Buckley behind play, being attended to by a couple of the training staff. Bell kicks it out wide. Grant at the back of the pack. The bounce, not bad for him. Run down beautifully by Wosley. Well, I thought that was all right, but the umpire deems it as holding the man. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I thought the umpire's correct there. Sorry, Robbo.
OK. Kick forward. Burton couldn't take the mark. Just a little lazy there, the big spider. Clayton goes in after the ball. Chance for Pike. Struggle for possession. Lang over the top. Wosley. Umpire will call for a bounce.
I've just noticed in the first couple of minutes here that Collingwood seem to have, their tempo's dropped a little bit, and North Melbourne Kangaroos there have just gained a little bit in confidence.
Well, it had to be the other way around, didn't it? I mean, if you were going to be a side to be reckoned with in the second half, particularly Collingwood after trailing badly on the scoreboard, really, when you think about it. They got the first goal of the second half through David King, the Kangaroos, and Collingwood was searching hard for it. Kick by O'Brien, not marked by Tarrant. It's in that area there that Chris Tarrant has just got to work a lot harder. When he doesn't take the mark, get in after it again. You watch the feverish efforts there of the Kangaroos players. Williams gets it out wide. Chance for the Magpies now. They've got the ball up towards Rocker. Dispossessed by Martin, able to gather. Kick smothered by Simpson. It was a very effective smother too. Lacuria's hand pass. Lands with Makepeace. Makepeace kicks the ball towards half forward. Mark has been taken by Fraser. Going to teach him a very big lesson, I think, Josh Fraser, playing on the MCG in front of a big crowd in the match of the round. The Magpies versus the Kangaroos. Undefeated, the Magpies, before today. Fraser out wide has found Watson.
Watson goes long as a whistle. It's downfield. I think it's downfield to Collingwood, surely.
It's going to go back to Pickett.
It's
going to go back to Pickett.
Well,
what the dickens for? The umpire indicated that it was holding, but Watson was out on his own. Maybe Pickett, in trying to close on Watson, was retarded by his opponent.
Well, we'll see if we can get back to a replay of that. Up to 50, and this is danger at the moment. Carey is just far too good for Prestigiacomo. He's run himself in a bit of trouble. He's just about gone. If he could just hang on to him, he couldn't. He got legged. He got legged, and he plays on. And Carey goes for a pass, and it was a pretty fair pass, not paid to Richardson. Clearing kick is in Bell direction, but Buckley came through the spoil. Again, he went to ground, and a bounce, the result of all that.
Just with that free kick there before Hutto, that free kick was actually paid against Paul Williams there for holding onto John Blakey behind play there. So the umpire was correct in his decision, and there was no arguments there from Paul Williams.
Doing well in your efforts to try and get extra Brownlow medal votes throughout season year 2000, Steve. Collingwood.
Grant paddles towards the boundary, and it's over and out.
The only thing there with that free kick I couldn't understand, because Watson there was on his own, had plenty of space, and obviously Willow probably erred in his judgment.
So Big Spider against Fraser. Buckley probably gets the feeling he's got to do something almost single-handedly to lift the Pies here. They just need to slot one through to be in the contest. McCartney couldn't take it. Williams went to ground, wanted a free, didn't get it. Orchard has got Watson further afield. That's why he went with the boot. Tried to get it back inboard, but it didn't work. Bell is gone and should have been penalised there. Orchard handball to Lockyer. They're just trying to how that was dangerous, and Williams is penalised.
It was there, but it wasn't all that vehement, was it? I mean, all he tried was a little toe poke.
Williams is going to say that he was a bit unfortunate earlier on. Grant kicks it onto the wing, and that's a great contested mark taken by Fraser. Well,
that's the sort of thing he's got to do, I think, as a youngster. Just 18 years of age, and he's got a lot of football in front of him. Kicks the ball to the forward 50. No mark taken. Blakey gathers away from Bathurst. Hand passes wider still. Clayton able to get his kick away. A wobbly old punt kick towards the half-forward line. Not something that Adam Lang would have been looking forward to sitting underneath, but Scott Burns working overtime, and he can't break away. So the umpire, that's Makepeace, number 35 for the Kangaroos, affecting the tackle, and the umpire will bounce just forward of the centre line in favour of the Kangaroos. They lead 8-5 to 2-9, and we've played a few minutes now, about 5 in the third quarter.
Rocker's not having a great day, is he?
No, he hasn't really contributed. Sav Rocker, he's kicked it behind and dropped a certain mark in the first quarter, which should have resulted in a goal for the Magpies.
I think Sav there needs to lift his work rate a bit, get into the game. The players are going to be looking for Sav. Sav's a great player, and he just needs the place to get around him and sort of keep peppering him up, and give him some confidence.
It's confidence, isn't it? That's what he's missing at the moment.
Good crowd here at the cricket ground for this big match between the Magpies and the Kangaroos. Nick Davis not able to break away. David King got the left hand to it. Pike, quick hands. Harvey across his body to full forward. Good play by Prestigiacomo, but Harvey just roving the packs. Winnie, a wonderful Winnie, is woeful on this occasion. Kicks it behind.
Yeah, Winston Abraham had plenty of time there. He created the space for himself. Should have balanced and kicked the goal, but I think he just tried to kick it a little bit too hard there.
He's kicked 3 behinds in that scoreline for the Kangaroos, 8-6 to 2-9.
Lockyer goes short. Slacuria, who's been quiet in this quarter so far after dominating in the first half, goes out to the wing. Williams is wrestling. Oh, there's a bit of jumping and pushing and shoving with Tarrant, but Richardson cleans up. Batharis, can this be something? Sav's in space, should get there on the bounce. What will he do once he gets it? He turns him inside out, then he runs into trouble. Had to go back to Buckley, who kicks it high. Plenty of pies there. Big chance for a mark from Josh Fraser. Freeborn did well, did really well, and Watson kicks the goal. Here they come, maybe.
Great play there by Nathan Buckley. Nathan just centred the ball to the top of the square. Collingwood had the numbers. The ball spilled free. Freeborn, quick thinking, over the top there to Watson, and Watson goals. Great play, Pies.
Yes, Buckley's influence there was apparent, and well done by Freeborn, as you said, Steve, to thread that through. So maybe that's the goal that they need. Just said it's been such a long time. Maybe that'll help.
Well, they needed a goal, not particularly that goal. They needed just any goal. 31 possessions to Collingwood in this term already, to 19 to the Kangaroos. And 4 times inside their forward 50, the Kangaroos, 2 to the Magpies so far in this term. Simpson, natural left footer, but got it away with the right. Makepeace goes back to Adam Simpson. He kicks it out wide. Mark taken by Abraham. Abraham is clear on centre wing. Lobs the ball high in towards the full forward area. No mark. The ball spills to the rear of the pack. Fraser. Good combination between he and Mark Richardson, and then in turn to Orchard, and he finds the safety of the boundary line 50 metres from the Kangaroos' goal. David Calthorpe and Gary Durkay just doing some stretching exercises on the boundary line. Scoreline 54 to 27. Yes, it's a double the opposition scoreline, but that doesn't mean to say that the Magpies are out of this. Harvey kicks the ball to the goal square. Oh, he's too good. He's just too good, Carey. He is a star. Wayne Carey has kicked 3 goals, and David King has kicked a couple. They are the only 2 multiple goal kickers in this game that has produced just 12 goals in 2.5 quarters.
Yes, there we just saw how good a body player Wayne Carey is. Probably didn't have the great advantage with the kick coming in at the first instance, but then positioned his body beautifully, took the great mark, and continued with the goal.
33 points the margin again then. You think that man Carey is going to be the main obstacle in the way of a Collingwood comeback?
Burton interfered with after he got the tap out.
It's going in the Carey direction again. This time Prestigiacomo takes the mark.
Another lesson in the football life of Simon Prestigiacomo, I'm sure.
And that's not a great kick. It went to Makepeace's advantage. Davis was contest. A loose one. Abraham takes it and will really pump it. It's Carey again. He'll take this. Well, he didn't complete the mark, and full points, full credit to Prestigiacomo for continuing on in the contest. Buckley pushing onto the wing to try and take this mark. Got it now. Looks up. He just dummied away. He beat them inside then. He just waited too long. And that is a brilliant dive by Peter Bell. And Buckley, I think, free kick.
Oh, that's over. That's over umpiring. That's over umpiring. He just bumped him.
McCarthy just came over.
Great play there by Nathan Buckley. and then a great smother there by Peter Bell.
Good lead. That is a terrific lead. That's good. That's working hard, what you were talking about, presenting himself. Tarrant goes short. Oh, that was low percentage stuff. Punched away from Williams by Martin, and they can hurt them on the turnaround. Perhaps. No, Lockyer fights for it well. High tackle.
Free kick back there where it came from.
Probably a lucky thing because Kangaroos had the numbers down the ground.
Gee, Winston Abraham flirting a bit with form, I thought there.
Yep. Yeah, just there, just the other instance before, I think McCartney just came in and pushed Buckley, just let him know he was around, and the umpire deemed that to be unnecessary.
Oh, again, it's got it this time, Severio.
Well, he needs to kick a goal for his own goodwill, I would think. Severio Rocca, he's been restricted with chances, but coming deep into the third term, going for his first goal.
Yes, Sav, he really needs to kick this goal. I've got my fingers crossed because I want to see a good contest.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Yes, he dropped a mark earlier on. We commented at the time that perhaps it was because he'd missed a shot at goal earlier and his confidence was down. Maybe this can rekindle the confidence. Should kick it, really. And... oh, it's close. He's got it! Gee, he must have gone very close to going over the post. It was really close.
Yes, it looked like it just snuck in. Sav really needed that one, and Collingwood more so needed that goal. Sav, hopefully his confidence will be up now. Although he still did, he was caught behind there when Mick Martin went for the mark. Mick misjudged the ball a little bit. Beautiful judgment there by Sav, and Sav gold.
Well, still a very concerned look on the face of Michael Malthouse. Was that you, Dip? Go on, Dip.
Yeah,
sorry.
Byron Pickett had to come off. He's got blood all over his shorts, so he's just changed it very quickly, and Durkay is just replacing him now.
OK, thanks for that. We wait for Durkay to pick up Glenn Freeborn, the umpire with the football in the middle of the ground. It's not a margin that you can sit back and defend. 27 points in favour of the Kangaroos. They've kicked 9-6. On the other side of the ledger, the Collingwood side have kicked 4 goals, 9. Kick forward, bounces awkwardly. Wosley does very well, but then the hand pass was pretty well smothered by Makepeace. It came back to Prestigiacomo. His kick is good. At least he gave Watson the chance to run into a bit of space, and he marked safely on his chest. He goes into the pocket, and equally as precise was the kick onto the chest of Freeborn. Freeborn looks to play on. Magpies get a goal here. Listen to the roar. Tarrant! The man of the day! Chris Tarrant has taken a specky into goal square. What a magnificent effort by Tarrant. Has he come to life now?
The little rev I gave Chris, obviously, before half-time, still ringing in his ears. Great play there by Tarrant. Great leap. He's always had the potential to take the great grab. I still don't know how he took the ball, but it was a great mark.
You scared me then, Robbo.
Well, wasn't it?
From alive.
It was spectacular stuff by a combination of Magpie efforts, and Tarrant kicks the goal. Well, if Anthony Rocca's goal gave them some semblance of a chance, you can rest assured that the fans know now that the Magpies are going to play the rest of this game right out.
It's exactly what Chris Tarrant needed there. The Collingwood boys were straight over to him. Great bit of play, inspirational. Come on, Chris, and come on, Pies.
(9-6 to 5-9). A challenge from Collingwood. Pike run down by Williams. Free kick to Collingwood.
I'll tell you what, if Tarrant kicked a goal or took a mark like that in Mildura, he wouldn't get a cheer like that, would he? I think he knows where he belongs now.
Big kick. Rocca. Oh, Archer just done some great things today. His kick wasn't so great. It might be a free kick.
Very well done. I think it was Wosley.
Not paid. Oh, fumble from Atkins. Recovers well to get to Orchard, who goes to ground. He's ducked his head. He's got the free for the trip. He's hurt himself.
Going to get reported, Pike.
That must be a 50-metre penalty then. It's a 50-metre penalty automatically.
Oh.
Well, the umpire's saying that's an intentional trip.
Yes, definitely. He's paid the intentional trip, 50-metre penalty. And if it's a trip by foot, it's an automatic 50-metre penalty.
And Williams giving it to Pike. Whether Orchard can take the kick or not, I guess, is another matter. He shouldn't take it if he can't. Buckley saying, I'm the nearest, I'm the closest.
Give it to me, yeah.
You'd never have done that, Dipper.
Once or twice.
But he seems like he's okay. And the umpire, very generous 52. He's taking him about
80 yards.
35 metres out. Big kick coming up for Mark Orchard.
I thought he was a bit stiff, actually, Pike, there. I thought it was just in the passage of play.
Looked accidental.
It was a reflex action of some sort.
Good kick.
Oh,
Just missed, I think.
so the margin 20 points. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, hard to tell.
Well, he was falling over the top of Atkins as he tried to get it at the Collingwood player Orchard. Well, it's kicked away by Anderson for the Kangaroos. They've got the opportunity here. Mighty Mick on centre wing. Kicks the ball in the direction of his captain. Couldn't take the mark. Back there working hard on the last line of defence is Davis. Goes along the line, keeps it alive, Nick Davis. Still got a chance. Harassed by Pike. In there is Makepeace. Hand pass away to Harvey. But the Magpies just working now. Very, very hard. Williams along the line. Pike gathers close to the line. He's not popular with the Magpie fans. He kicks towards full forward. Oh, spectacular leap. Nearly the mark to Grant from behind O'Brien, and the umpire surely will bounce right on the point of the goal square, deep in the Kangaroos attacking zone. The crowd has come to life now at the cricket ground. Grant's leap. Very similar to Chris Tarrant at the other end of the ground. 9-6 to 5-10. The margin 20 points. Collingwood have got to work here and make sure that the Kangaroos don't get a goal against the trend. Appealing for a free kick off the ball there is Shannon Grant. The umpire not interested in that. He's going to bounce it once again.
This is where the Collingwood football players have to man up their man. They have to be goal side and in the defensive position.
The bounce of the ball about 20 metres out. Mark Richardson belts the ball towards the boundary line. Leading is Atkins. Harassed there by Grant. Atkins looking for the free kick. He's going to get it. A little too severe there was Shannon Grant on his attack on the player. And a free kick to young Atkins.
Well, hasn't he been fantastic in the last few weeks? And that's a great kick to another man who's really lifted his game this year, Mark Richardson. Into the middle, it's a little dodgy. It might be a loose ball now. Burns streaming towards goal. Measures the pass off instead, and it's okay. Big tough angle for Freeborn. He'll look to lay it off, and he does it well. And gets Tarrant, whose angle is better. He's about 30 metres out when he kicked.
Full credit here to Chris Tarrant. He's definitely picked up his work ratio, and Collingwood are starting now to reap the benefits. Special mention there to Shane Watson. Put his body on the line in the midfield there, which allowed Burns to pick the ball up and find Freeborn.
Well, again, we said it a moment ago, but it is a big kick here for Tarrant. And they like it behind the goals. That's the Kangaroo supporters behind the goals who like it. And another behind, so 5-11. Would be enough to make the Collingwood supporters mad here, the MCG, but the Kangaroo supporters smiling. 9-6 to 5-11.
Pickett with the football. Just bangs it long and hard out wide. Collingwood players at the back of the pack. Orchard first there. Gathers and then kicks it in short. Lockyer. No one really to kick to. He goes wider still to Watson. Nearly in the middle of the MCG is Shane Watson. He's had quite a few possessions, probably 4 or 5 in this third term. His kick falls short. And McCartney, former Collingwood and Adelaide player, Jason McCartney, down to Burton. To Anderson, back to Burton. Simpson. Carey and Prestigiacomo. Carey just a little too strong once again. Prestigiacomo not able to get a fist to the ball. Carey goes short. Marcus taken here by Durkee. Durkee to run on. He's going to get caught. Hand pass away. Pike back to Durkee. Very good there. Durkee goes for goal. Long kick to the goal line. Scores a behind. So the Magpies breathe again. Gary Durkee missing in his efforts to kick the Kangaroos' 10th goal. They're 9-7 to 5-11. 20 points is the margin in favour of the Kangaroos.
Simon Prestigiacomo should have punched there when he was on the wing there with Wayne Carey.
Yeah, he did have position, didn't he? But he thought he might be able to mark it. So Collingwood through Atkins, getting it out very wide. It was well placed for Lucuria. Oh, he was looking up ahead and he saw Durkee coming and he couldn't do anything with it, and it might hurt them now. Harvey always uses it well. Grant's in good position, or he might just let it go. Oh, it hit the post. Well, Harvey today has had 19 possessions, 5 marks, and now kicked just the one behind. 21 points the difference at the MCG. 9-8, plays 5-11. We've got just under 5 minutes of footy to go in this quarter, and it might tell the tale for the rest of the day, really. Lockyer's kick dropping short, and David King falling in to take the mark. He's got Carey at centre-half forward, but he's going to go longer, pushing it into the square. Carey still in the contest. Abraham was strong. O'Brien was caught. Carey can do it all. Feeds Shannon Grant. Snap that goal. And give that one to Wayne.
It seemed to me there that the Collingwood players just stood back there and watched Wayne Carey pick up the ball and feed the handball off to Shannon Grant. Probably should have been a little bit more pressure there on Wayne.
Well, Shannon Grant, the goal kicker, his first, and the Kangaroos have kicked their 10th goal with 4.5 minutes left in the third term. 10-8 to 5-11, 4.5 minutes left in the quarter. Burton up high, really couldn't get an effective tap to it. Well done by Fraser, releases Lockyer. Lockyer into the pocket. Well done, Pickett. Pressure applied on Freeborn. He's kicked it out on the full.
Yep.
You wouldn't believe that. Just threw his boot at it, landed on the boot and went over. Freeborn, he's been called to play on. Gives away a little bit of ground. Back to O'Brien, away from Shannon Grant. O'Brien has been a pretty good contributor for the Magpies, coming up for his 17th possession, yet to kick a goal. Obviously very undecided as to what to do. Now goes short.
Free kick down in the goal square.
Let's go to a big... Who is it, Fraser?
Collingwood free against Burton, I think, for hanging on. Fraser was trying to lead, and I think he grabbed him by the jumper.
Yeah, I saw the incident there. Big Spider Burton was just caught out of position. He felt the only option he had was to tug on to Josh Fraser's jumper. The umpire saw that and awarded the free kick.
Well, might be just a little bit of luck that the Magpies need. Trailing by 27. If Josh Fraser kicks accurately, it goes back to a 21-point margin. He's kicked the goal by the look of it. Well done by Fraser. Maybe a little fortunate, but that's why the third umpire is out there to watch those behind-the-scenes incidents, and it resulted in a free kick to Fraser, and he kicked Collingwood's 6th goal.
Yeah, Josh Fraser there, he just went back and coolly slammed it through. Good play by Josh, and he'll be a great player for many years for the Collingwood Football Club.
Well, just a few concerns in the Kangaroo coaching box. See Lang's back onto the ground. Collingwood with the last goal after Kangaroos had kicked the steady. A high tackle on Bell. He certainly made sure the umpire knew about it. Gets up limping, but gets them moving quickly, importantly. Big Spiders might take this. Well, Fraser, I think, was slow to get away out of the centre after being involved in giving away the free, and Burton just pushed forward, and he's propped up to take the mark.
Yeah, I think just what happened there with Josh Fraser, just got caught out a little bit there in the middle. Didn't realise it was going to be a free kick to Peter Bell, and obviously his man pushed forward and took the mark.
Burton, as you can see there, has had just one previous kick today.
Pretty skillful player too for a big fella.
Well, from 40 metres out, directly in front, should kick a goal. Looked good off the boot, great kick. And Burton puts it through. The Kangaroos have got the answers at the moment. 11-8 to 6-11.
Only a couple of weeks ago he was playing for
David King certainly letting him know about it there, Steve.
Yes, look, Josh Fraser just kicked the previous goal for Collingwood. Now his opponent, Spider Burton, kicked the next goal for the Kangaroos, so I think that just evened it out.
There he is again, David King.
He's got plenty to say, hasn't he? Well, Buckley just got that tap out from Matthew Burton. Kicked away by Archer. Out wide, Calthorpe shrugs the tackle, gathers the awkward bouncing ball, run down by Lucuria. The tackle was a little high. Calthorpe went on with it, wasn't waiting for any whistle to be blown. Bell receiving from Anderson, in turn to Simpson, goes across the line. May cough it up here. Nick Davis, grab it, Nick. Possession is better than tapping it on in front of yourself. Wosley into the centre, Bell spins out of trouble. Back to Anderson, a high kick by Anderson, off the side of his boot. Pike stands his ground, Davis falls over. Important again for the Kangaroos here. Pike kicks it to the front of the goal square. Carey, and his name written all over that. He came from about 5th in line. I don't think Josh Fraser has got any argument there. To me, it was an emphatic mark taken by Carey.
I'd like to have a look at the replay here because Josh Fraser had front position, I felt.
Maybe he got first hands on it. That's why the Collingwood fans are screaming. But Carey coming down with the ball. He should kick his 4th goal. It's a goal. He has such an impact on the players around him, Wayne Carey. He's kicked 33% of the Roos goals in this game so far. We've still got a quarter and 1.5 minutes of this term left.
I think the goal there could be attributed somewhat, I know it's a little bit harsh, but to Nick Davis there, who went to spoil on his opponent, punched the ball away, but then lost his footing, and his opponent picked the ball up, kicked it long, and Wayne took the mark.
Well, that makes it difficult, doesn't it, for the Collingwood side? This relentless team, the Kangaroos, been so successful. That's a great tap from Burton to feed Simpson. Wosley, Buckley, who's now in the middle, Adkins searching.
Well done.
Had to go backwards a long way, but they find Richardson, who goes straight to centre half forward. Williams used his body well then. Blakey experienced as well though. Good work, Anderson getting back, lent some support, and they're away again, the Kangaroos. Out wide with Pike. He had to go back to find Simpson, kicked up his wrong boot around the corner. A wobbly one. Hewitt, he tucks it under the arm, has time to tread some water and set it up towards Carey again, and Prestigiacomo. Was he being held onto? He went to ground. He held it in. Carey's over the top. And umpire Hayden Kennedy wants a bounce. Carey says, what more do I have to do? This is off the ball, or it was on the ball earlier. Williams just caught one there from Anderson. From the throw in, right across the face, out of bounds on the full. The ball up.
Yeah, Winston Abraham probably should have made a little bit more of that. He's such a great kick, and unfortunately hasn't had his kicking boots on today, with 3 behinds and 1 on the full.
Mark Orchard, just a half a minute left in the quarter. That is what Mark Orchard is looking at. Down the ground, the camera behind the goals. He goes across the goal at which he's defending, out to Davis. Davis forced to kick with the left foot, doesn't do too badly, kicks it into a disputed position. Burton, just a little too easy now. Harvey, game opening up a little for the Kangaroos. Harvey kicks to full forward. Carey couldn't quite take it. Bell tries to find King, but Grant should kick the goal. He's such a clever player, Shannon Grant, around goals. And right on the siren, he has kicked a goal for the Kangaroos. Yes. Shannon Grant kicks his second goal, and each time that the Magpies mounted a challenge, the Magpies kicked 4 goals for the term. The Kangaroos kicked 6 against that and lead 13-8-86.
The great escape out of the centre, ran away from Lucuria. Didn't have much on offer, so he kicked it wide towards the boundary. Burns mopping up, gets it up to half forward. Oh, lovely mark, Blakey. Been a good battle between Blakey and Williams. Blakey's had a bit of the footy. Gets it into the middle, not a good kick. Batharis will get a free for that.
Poor option there, centering the ball into a 50-50 contest.
Good work by Lane to get away. His handball, though, what was that meant to be? Well, if it was meant for Watson, it found him somehow. Orchard, he's under pressure. Goes for the kick off the right boot. Oh, he's done it. Somehow, he's kicked it.
That's just what they needed.
Dare I say it, a fruitful kick from Mark Orchard. 7-11-53. I shouldn't have.
You're waiting for 6 weeks for that.
13-8-86.
Well played, Watson.
Yeah, Tyson Lane there, he just forced the ball forward, which enabled Watson to get a little tap out to Orchard. End result, goal. Great play there by Mark Orchard.
There's a bit of chat out there today, isn't there?
Just a little. We saw David King at the end of the third quarter have plenty to say. But first goal of the last term to the Magpies. They're a chance to break clear here once again. Buckley to Atkins, but Pike is there for the Kangaroos. King, handball down into the path of Calthorpe. Calthorpe running inside his forward 50. Goes for goal, and he kicks a beauty, doesn't he? He kicks an absolute beauty. A real struggle for the Magpies to get their 7th goal. But the Kangaroos, at the bounce of the ball back in the centre, I don't think, well, they had a couple of touches, did the Magpies, but that was just terrific stuff to get the ball to Calthorpe.
Yeah, great play there by David King. Put the ball out in front of David Calthorpe, took a bounce, looked up, and felt he could kick the goal, and the end result was 6 points for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, great goal from Calthorpe, and the Kangaroos just steady. I wonder if you can be reported for taking off a goal umpire's hat, because that's what Richardson did. Harvey out of the middle, chopped off by Wasley, not completely, but now he takes it and goes, just pumps it out to a one-on-one contest. Lane got there first, spilt the mark, it goes to the boundary line, it's over and out. Didn't really have anyone in there in support to dish it off to. So still the margin, 39 points, a goal each in this last quarter. See some of the Kangaroo players on the bench. Clayton, Makepeace, Durkay down there, Shannon Watt. So plenty of experience on the ground in that case with those 4 players on the bench. Simpson paddling it. Harvey, quick kick, gets it inside 50. Lang comes out. Kept it in for just a second, but now it's over and out.
The Kangaroos are just starting to assert their authority around the packs and the boundary throw-ins. They seem to be getting the clearances out every time now. I think Collingwood just got to tighten up there a little bit.
Harvey just second only to Nathan Buckley as far as possessions gathered in the game. 23 to Harvey, 24 to Buckley. Harvey again, shrugs the tackle, goes for goal, misses to the left. Scores his second behind for this match, Brent Harvey. Now up there level with Nathan Buckley as the leading possession gatherer on the ground. 93 plays, 53, 40 points is the margin.
No one to kick to.
Davis knocks it in front of himself and then kicks it wide towards the wing. Awkward bounce, Carey knocks it. Brilliantly done. The understanding there was quite special, wasn't it, between Blakey and Carey. Blakey kicks towards half forward. Knocked away by Kinnear, gathered by Burns, gets it off to Davis. Davis to half forward. Tarrant from behind. Good play by McCartney to get the front posse. The ball spills to Tarrant. He should kick a goal here. Chris Tarrant, long left foot shot at goal, just off to the left-hand side there, and through for a behind. Maggies could have done with that. 1 goal, 2 to Chris Tarrant.
Yeah, Chris worked extremely hard there to get to the fall of the ball, and probably a little bit unlucky not to score a goal.
Kick in has been marked by Anderson. Anderson goes wider still. Mighty Mick is out there. Bounce favours Martin. Gets around onto his right. Kicks the ball towards half foot. Well done by Lang. Made the half volley. Into Calthorpe. Shrugs the tackle from Lacuria. Goes back to Lang. Lang steadies and then kicks in towards half forward. Burton couldn't take the mark. He was in front of Fraser. Kicked away by Bell, and the mark has been taken by Grant. He's just an absolute opportunist, Shannon Grant. Seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's kicked a couple of goals in this match, and he's going for his 3rd, which really should snuff out any challenge that the Magpies were going to make.
Yeah, Shannon Grant there just showing the benefits of a forward playing in front. You don't know where the ball's going to go, but if you're in front, you're a good chance to get the ball, and he was just in the right spot at the right time, and he should capitalise from here because he's a great kick.
Doesn't get sensational stats, but very, very effective in the modern game. Shannon Grant, he's kicking from pretty well straight in front of goal. Only a matter of 40 metres out. Kicks for goal and puts it straight through the centre. So the fear now for the Magpies is that it could become an absolute blowout. 15-9 to 7-12. Margin is 45 points.
Yeah, look, Collingwood have just got to stay in the game here. They've worked hard all day. They haven't obviously reaped the rewards up forward, but look, at the Magpies, they've just got to put their head down this last 15-20 minutes of the game and grind it out, and hopefully they can still get back in this game. They're not out of it, but they need a goal quickly.
Shannon Grant, the last goal kicker. 15-9 to 7-12. Fraser had the clear advantage there and was able to get it into the path of Orchard. Davis has been prominent in this last quarter. Atkins could almost kick it from there. Kicks it high for Tarrant, who, bad luck there. The rest had gone to ground. Tarrant kept his footing, but the ball's sneaking through for a behind.
Yeah, Tarrant there just put his body on the line there and created a contest. Nearly got the spillage.
Byron Pickett kicking in. And was that a free for in the back? No. Play on. Buckley, not much on offer, so he goes backwards. Gets Watson, who goes further backwards across the ground. Wosley deciding to handball to Fraser, who in the end had to kick in a hurry and out very wide to Burns, who's done fairly well. He had done well, but the ball went over the line and out of bounds. And David King must get the plaudits there.
If he's not kicking goals, he's putting on some others. Great play there by David King. Yeah. Good all-round football.
He's had a good day, hasn't he? 17 possessions, 2 goals. Fraser, there's King again, just kicking it out of the air. Burton's little handball was intercepted by Lockyer. Lacuria gets it back. Buckley right in amongst the traffic. Burton. Simpson tried to hack it away. They'll get out of trouble. Get up to half forward. And big chance, Durkay. Oh, he didn't take the footy with him. Flicked it back. Orchard did pretty well. Collingwood trying to maintain possession as they come out of defence. Tyson Lane might get a free. No, he's given away a free. Goes to Shannon Grant. Very low kick, but it's okay. Archer pushing forward. Carey's going to double back, but he pops it up over the top and in short. And Pike, who could almost score it from there, will probably set it up to the top of the square. Does that. Carey's down there, waited at the back. Burton tried to get through. Wosley. Durkay, created that one from nothing, but missed. They're just so dangerous in that situation, the Kangaroos. 55,802, the crowd at the MCG today. The Roos 15-10-100 and the Woods 7-13-55.
Yeah, handy margin now, 45 points. The kick in was short, taken again by Lockyer. Goes out very wide, and Buckley is marked. 25 possessions to Nathan Buckley. Left foot kick on this occasion. Taken by Freeborn. He was tackled, didn't have the ball. Unbelievable. Umpire only 10 metres away. Freeborn still a chance. Archer, wasn't he just absolutely sensational in the tackle? Ferocious, Glenn Archer.
Yeah, Glenn Archer there made the decision to leave his opponent and just go straight at Glenn Freeborn, and great contest there by Glenn Archer.
Bounce of the ball. Right forward point of the square for the Magpies. Burns out wide to Atkins. Anderson runs him down. Got rid of the ball close to the line. Gathered by King once again. High ball over his left shoulder. Lockyer very early. Gets the rebounding ball. Back towards half-back, taken by Kinnear. Kinnear kicks in towards half-forward for the Maggies. At the front, Watson kicks it forward, but Martin, where all good defenders should be, out in front of his opponent. Savrocker, and Martin kicks it down the line, and Hewitt is on his own on centre wing.
Hewitt takes it and didn't have as much on the overlap as you might have thought. Shannon Grant, just a little sidestep, walked around Davis. Goes very long, penetrating kick. Wosley a fumble, that could be deadly dangerous. Durkay couldn't capitalise on it. The change down there on the boundary line. Dipper, who is that coming up for Clayton? Hewitt, is it?
Hewitt, mate, yeah.
Just
Sorry,
checking this
sandwich, sorry.
Just checking to see if he's still awake down there.
No, I'm
Dipper.
still awake, son. Oh, what about me?
15-10-100 to 7-13-55. Oh, it was a clever knock if anyone could run onto it, but no one could. Another behind conceded. The Kangaroos building their score now, 15-11-101. Playing 7-13-55. We've gone 11 minutes in this quarter and about 12.5 minutes to go.
Well, the interest still in the game is obviously the margin. I think the Roos would be, well, quite sure of winning the game, leading by 46 points. But Collingwood, from their point of view, just have to probably kick the last couple of goals to walk out of the game with a little bit of credibility, Steve.
Yeah, they certainly do. Look, Collingwood have played good football today. They just haven't been, you know, capitalised on the scoreboard. Great kick.
Well, Burns should kick a goal. Burns goes, and Tyson Lane's kick nearly set it up, but Burns missed to the right-hand side. He ran a long way, Scott Burns, to provide the target, and the kick coming in from Lane was a beauty. Collingwood not getting their rewards on the scoreboard. 45 points the margin. No wasting time. Byron Pickett kicks in, and he finds McCartney. Left half-back Jason McCartney goes over the wing position, kicks it to half-forward. Mighty Mick and Savrocker round the neck against Savrocker, surely. Looked fairly blatant from the commentary area. Savrocker not offering any disputation, so the free kick will go to the Kangaroo veteran Mickey Martin. Hasn't he been some sort of a player for the Kangaroos? Mighty Mick lobs the ball at half-forward. Burton couldn't mark from behind Fraser. Durkay. Carey. What can he do here? Handball it off, and Bell will kick the goal. Gee, the teamwork is exemplary. Peter Bell gets the goal, but Carey, keeping it alive, created the opportunity.
Yeah, great play there by Wayne. Just his awareness around the football. He saw the ball was going to stay in play. He got to it, weighed up his options, handballed it to Peter Bell, who made no mistake. Good play there, Kangaroos.
Well, yeah, a bit of a blowout now. 51 points the margin, 107-56.
So 16-11 to 7-14. Oh, Burton almost stopped that as he went to the ruck and got the tap down. O'Brien just back on the ground. Perhaps had a bit more time than he thought. Watson did really well. Oh, that must be 50. Please take him 50.
He'll get reported, won't he?
He has surely been reported. Yes, he has. Well, I don't know if the response was a bit of an act. But he certainly threw one.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I think Glenn Archer is embarrassed about that. Absolutely embarrassed in front of 56,000 people and all the television viewers.
Yeah, I think Glenn just became a little frustrated that Watson was able to outbody him and take the mark. And look, obviously there's other ways to show your frustration. Glenn chose that option. Obviously it wasn't the correct one. And
you've never done that in a match, have you, Steve? Never been reported for striking?
I did something similar there back in '97 and I regretted it.
Well, the goal has been kicked by Shane Watson, and that is Collingwood's 8th goal. They still trail by 45 points. We've got 11 minutes left in the game. Shane Watson has been pretty good. He's had 21 possessions, kicked a couple of goals. He becomes Collingwood's lone multiple goal kicker. Archer on screen. Obviously the trainer sending a message there, Glenn Archer.
Now Dennis Pagan, I wonder if he'll give Glenn Archer a spray after that. So far he's stayed on the ground. Often with Dennis Pagan, you come off if you do something like that. Burton got the tap. Collingwood got a much needed goal, but now the ball going forward, back down the other end. Carey, well, it looked like it was very clever, but it went straight to Nathan Buckley. And that kick just okay. Buckley's game today, 27 possessions, 5 marks. Lockyer has kicked very wide. They have pushed wide in this last quarter. Tarrant can wheel around and set them up. Big chance here for Tucky. Well done. Young Brett Tucky hasn't had a great day today, hasn't been able to contribute too much. But he's taken 5 marks, so I guess that's not too bad. That's a good one. No mistake on the conversion. And Collingwood have just got a couple back, and I think as we talked about, Steve, it's pretty important for them that they do finish off on a high note.
Yeah, look, they need to keep working hard and grinding this game right out. You saw the benefit there of Chris Tarrant, who worked really hard to get the ball, presented himself, kicked the ball long, and a great one-handed grab there by Tucky, who's an exciting prospect.
Well, surely a lot of this modern football, Steve, as it has been over many, many years, is about intimidation, and you have to stand up under that sort of intimidation, and that's the question about Collingwood in the last few minutes of the game.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight this one right out here, Robbo.
Well, they've got to get the ball away from the centre bounce once again. The kick goes to half forward. Grant is at the fall of the ball. Watson applies the pressure, does it pretty well too. Just a little left arm in the back of Shannon Grant. Buckley couldn't take it, eventually toe poked it over, and the boundary umpire has decided it should be a throw-in. Kangaroos players around that incident probably thought it went out on the full.
They missed him today, haven't they?
Yeah, well,
Rocker.
And a lot has been spoken about Anthony Rocker since he made his debut with the Sydney Swans, rather reluctantly, but I think he's growing in stature with every senior game he plays, and he's certainly he's a big boy, and he can create some sort of presence for them that they've missed around that half forward, full forward area.
Obviously a bit of sun coming into the coach's box.
16-11 plays 9-14, so it's 39 points in favour of Collingwood. Kinnear somehow manufactured a little kick forward. Still a chance, Bathiris. Lockyer tried to kick the ball onto the chest of Tucky, and eventually it rolls over in front of Sav Rocker and Glenn Archer for a boundary throw. And Collingwood a chance to score once again here. It's in their right forward pocket, only a matter of 15 or 20 metres from their goal. 16-11 to 9-14, 39 points the margin in favour of the Roos.
Well, Rocker and Martin's won the contest clearly today. Gets to the front again, gets the tap down to Blakey, who gets the clearing kick. Bit of a leap out there from Gary Durkay, who's on his feet again and just about caught. Clean bowled a few of them. Onto the wing, O'Brien. Nice little sidestep. And got a teammate out on the wing. And that's Watson, who's done some good things today as well. He's going to pass it In short to Burns. Buckley leads back into the pocket. They'll try and somehow find him. He's still going backwards. Got 3 to beat. And in the end, Archer just floated across the pack. There wasn't all that much system involved. And the crowd letting Glenn Archer have it. He was reported earlier on for striking Shane Watson. 55,000 people at the MCG as Archer goes looking for and finding Shannon Watt.
Good mark, actually.
Very good grab in front of Kinnear. He's got Carey one-on-one with Richardson on the wing. They'll do battle for it now. Carey paddling it to the front. Anderson was really well tackled. That was good play and well done by Orchard, although the handball really sold Lockyer into trouble. Clever kick from Carey, but sweeping at the back, Patharis. Davis, Burns through the middle, desperately wanted the handball. Now he kicks, Rocker's in front, and he's got it.
Burns has been pretty good. He's had 26 possessions. He's been prepared to run into the midfield and help the midfield out.
Yeah, great play there by Sav Rocker. He just shielded Mick Martin away from the football and allowed his big frame to take the mark. Sav should go back here and kick the goal.
I reckon he's a better chance from here than he is from about 35 out. Having said that, let's see what he does. He's about 55 out.
Well, good
He's
kick.
made the distance. A thumping kick. It's a big kick from Sav.
Yeah,
Great kick. Terrific kick by
there.
Rocker.
That's the advantage there of the Nathan Buckleys, the Paul Williams, the Severo Rockers, the Anthony Rockers. They get the ball anywhere near 60 metres from goal and they can kick the goal.
You thought he wanted a hand pass. I thought Scotty Burns was never ever going to hand pass that ball. He was always going to kick it forward. And fortunately for him and Collingwood, Sav Rocker took the mark and kicked the goal. He's second.
Burns has had a pretty good day, hasn't he?
Yeah, very good. Yep. Well, their scoreboard indicates that they've had 24 scoring shots to 27, and it was early in the game when they kicked just a succession of behinds that has absolutely cost them in this match. Rocker to Watson. Collingwood people looking for maybe kicking in danger against Blakey. Pickett's caught by Williams. Umpire not having anything of it. Blakey kicks it back towards the wing, just in front of Martin Pike. It bounces over for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, good pressure there. Terrific pressure there by the North Melbourne defence.
One more goal. There's 7 minutes left. Anything better than one more goal against keeping the Kangaroos goalless, and they wouldn't have done such a bad job after looking at something in excess of 40 points as a deficit. Watson does well, doesn't he? He's kept a good game. Touched!
Oh, no.
Now, that is a mistake. That is a blatant error.
Oh, dear.
I would say he's right on the line, and I give him credit for that. But if that ball hasn't gone over the line before it's been touched...
Well, he is a mile behind the line.
Well, whether he touched it through mid-air as the ball went over, but by gee whiz, he was in the right spot. Gee, that's a good kick, isn't it?
We'll have a replay now.
Well, Watson has marked a lovely, deft little left-foot pass from Sav Rocker, and Watson has the chance to kick his third and Collingwood's 11th goal. 32 points the margin. He can bring it back to 26 if he kicks accurately from 50 metres. He was a goal kicker earlier in his career, and he's a goal kicker in his career today. Another very good kick from Shane Watson. He's kicked 3, and the margin back to 26 points. Anything from here, as far as Collingwood is concerned, would be a bonus as far as the final result is concerned.
Shane Watson's been terrific today for the Magpies. He's kicked 3 goals. He's also had 15 kicks and 8 handballs, and he's just chased and worked really hard down the forward end for the Collingwood Football Club. Good day for Shane Watson.
Well, they've kicked 5 goals 4 to 3-3 in this last quarter. So they really have fought it out. Simpson tries to smash the Kangaroos back into attack. King, the feed was good to Makepeace. Long bomb to the square. Carey's great in this situation. Oh, what an effort from Richardson.
Terrific effort there from Richo.
Desperate lunge, and it paid off. So 16-12 to 11-15. Oh, dodgy kick in. Kelthorpe trying to claim it. Turned it straight back over to Wasley, who finds Orchard. Well dragged down, but they just, well, maintained possession and then somehow found touch and got it out of bounds.
I'd say he was going for touch there.
Yeah, well, if he was, he did it very well.
Centimetre perfect.
Thanks, Dennis. Dennis Collingwood in the commentary this afternoon. McKee goes against Burton. Buckley involved, as always. Lockyer. Lockyer's had another good afternoon, 23 possessions.
Yes, he tried to circumnavigate there.
Now being Rex. 5 minutes remaining. Kangaroos by 27 points. You wouldn't think enough time for Collingwood to win, but enough time for them to prove that they are a very good up-and-coming young team. Tarrant, if it sits for him, it does. Waiting. Handball was not bad. Lucuria needs someone else to feed to. Decides the kick. Rocker's got about 3 to beat. Did well to spoil. Cleared a path, but using that path was Kelthorpe and now Blakey. High one onto the wing, and there's a good mark to Buckley. And his afternoon, 29 possessions it'll be after this kick and 6 marks, although that kick would barely count. Tyson Lane lost his feet, did well to get the handball away. Time and space to kick the ball into the pocket, and Buckley takes the mark. I should say Tucky takes the mark. Buckley would have to be a miracle man to get from where he was to there into the pocket.
That was special.
I think you're overdoing it now, Steve.
Sounds as though he wants to be sitting here when he retires.
Tucky.
You have to come up with some of your own, though, Steve.
Fair enough.
Tucky with a shot in the pocket. He poked at it a bit. Not bad off the boot, but just across the face. And behind the result. It wasn't all that special, that one. 16-12, 108. Players 11, 16, 82. The clock counting down at 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Anything you see that Collingwood have done that has meant that they've probably been in control of the last few minutes of this quarter?
Yeah, I think Collingwood have just held the ball and waited and looked for an option. I think they've been pretty good this last quarter. They can take hard from this because the Kangaroos were pumped and they came out here to play football today.
Well, they were probably in excess of 40 points in front at one stage, the Kangaroos. So Collingwood have got it back to a 26-point margin. 3.5 minutes left. Ball bouncing away from Carey. Mark Richardson. Makepeace gets the hand pass away. Tackled was Harvey by O'Brien. O'Brien gets the kick away. Close to the line, it goes over. In the finish on the full. So the free kick will be taken on centre wing for the Kangaroos by Watt. Shannon Watt kicked a goal early in the match. Kicks it in towards half-forward. Spider just stood there. Too tall. It's amazing, isn't it? The tall blokes, they get no shorter as the game wears on. Certainly is an advantage. King's caught. The umpire let him get away with that. Simpson gathers. Left foot snap at goal by Adam Simpson's a goal. Amazing football by the Kangaroos. Absolutely amazing. Front and centre. Adam Simpson.
Do you think this is holding the ball?
Got caught with the
He's
ball.
had the opportunity to get rid of it there, and, well, I don't know.
But you can't stand there and appeal to the umpire because the other guy who grabbed the ball, Adam Simpson, he didn't mess around, threw it on his left boot and kicked a goal.
There were a few Collingwood supporters who were willing there for holding the ball. They were willing that decision.
17-12 to 11-16. McKee and Burton locking horns. So the Roos now coming home with a bit of momentum. Was that a free kick? No, it wasn't. Carey wanted one. Carey's afternoon 17, 6 and 11. So 11 marks. He's kicked 4 goals, 1, and probably was the difference in the end between these two teams. And a few other players as well. Buckley takes it over the line and out of bounds. But really Collingwood's inaccurate kicking earlier on told the tale. They kicked the first 2 goals of the game and then they kicked 9 points in a row as they went almost 2 quarters of football without scoring a goal, and that has cost them the game effectively in the end. McKee gets it to Buckley, up to half forward. Shannon Grant. This is Tyson Lane. Oh, Watson just lost his footing. The kick had too much carry on it. Likewise, Byron Pickett goes down. Free kick advantage paid. Martin takes that, kicks it to half forward. Back with the flight. Scotty Burns maintains possession, gets himself into trouble, and then wobbles it down to Watson, who's still got a player further afield. No, Bree goes longer than that. It's a good kick. And he finds Tarrant. Too far out to score. Rocket making a really long and hard lead. Now doubling back. Tucky was back there. Long kick. Williams, did he give away a free kick? I think he did. Williams saying it was Blakey holding me, but the umpire having none of that.
Actually, I think John Blakey, in 300 games of AFL football, we know he's a terrific stopper. Just mans up beautifully. And when Paul Williams looked dangerous early, John Blakey's cutting right out of the game. Just an absolute old-fashioned Dow defender, runs with, can get a few posies himself. He's had a couple, 21 to be exact, and Williams 13.
Free kick going against McKee that time, in the back of Burton, or in the back of McCartney. So a minute to go, and the Kangaroos 114, and the Pies 82.
32 points the margin. Pickett goes across the ground. Martin has made good position in the left back pocket. They're just going to keep possession of the ball. This might suit the margin, people. As far as the Roos are concerned, kick it forward. They do on this occasion. Blakey out wide. Archer to gather. Ball will just trundle in front of Glenn Archer and Mark Orchard over for a throw-in.
What is the point of doing this when you're 32 points up?
Yeah, exactly. Just the point there, boys. Paul Williams' strength is his pace and his speed, and he's just played into John Blakey's hands by trying to body with him, and Blakey's very good at bodying as well. So, look, just a little tip there for Willow. He's a great player and he's got great pace. He needed to use his strengths today, and he just played right into John Blakey's hands.
Yeah, quiet day for Williams. 7 kicks, 6 handballs, 2 marks, and kicked just the 1 goal. They probably needed to get three or four out of him, didn't they? They were going to win the game. Buckley's still trying as we get to the last 15 seconds. But the Kangaroos have had the answers, and this man has when it's counted. Wade Carey, 5 seconds to go. Will they get one more right on the ball? Winnie might not. Wants a free kick, says how about it? The umpire says no. The Kangaroos win. And the Collingwood run has come to an end at last. It had to end sometime. Even Mick Malthouse admitted that last week.